Now, let's dive deep into the big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Glenn Weinzimmer, and let's clear up gay culture. Meltdown at MSNBC over diversity creates dramatic response. Don Lemon is taking aim at Megyn Kelly, calling her a racist and the worst person who's not on television anymore. On his YouTube show, the former CNN anchor blasted Kelly for mocking Joy Reid's firing. MSNBC recently canceled the ReidOut, removing its only black woman in prime time. Kelly celebrated Reid's exit, writing, quote, "Who's crying now, Joy? Good riddance," end quote. Lemon played Kelly's post on screen alongside reports of her demeaning women. He slammed her for hypocrisy, saying, quote, she's supposed to support women, end quote. He also pointed to her 2019 NBC firing after defending blackface. Lemon said, quote, she supposedly learned from it, then spent every day proving she's a racist, end quote. Turning Kelly's words against her, Lemon said, the worst person on television was fired from NBC. That's you, Megyn Kelly. Lemon ended his fiery response with an explicit message. Quote, in my 30-some years as a journalist and my 50-some years as a person of color, go fuck yourself, end quote. This week, many MSNBC hosts, most notably Rachel Maddow, have made on-air comments about the changes going on at MSNBC. They've made notes of multiple changes with talent in front and behind the camera that see to be rejections of diversity. MSNBC is owned by NBC Universal, which is one of the world's most supportive LGBTQ voices in media. Queer News Tonight continues to follow this story. It extends way past Joy Reid. It's an outrage that she's being taken off, especially since diversity is under attack and they removed her. They've also moved Michael Steele away from the weekend program, and his social show is moving to midweek. They took what Jose Diaz-Balart, who started out here in South Florida, his show has been moved as well. And they moved Jen Psaki, the most white person on TV, into a major spot, filling for the gap that Joy Reid and the rest of them have walked away from. So they have a ton of female hosts in prime time, but they don't have people of color. It looks like they're reducing the number of people that are Latin American background, and it's frustrating to see this. The outrage from Rachel Maddow. She recently just posted that you have more to do for your country than you have ever done before, about just everything that's going on. And, Black Lives Matter, all of the things that Joy Reid made a statement with, and, showed support for, was important to our community. And it's just another attack, and it's unnecessary, going against diversity and inclusion.
Listen, Rachel Maddow, watch out, baby girl.
That's right.
Watch out for that pink slip, girl. I hope you have a plan B, okay? Because MSNBC seems to be turning into Fox.
Yeah, it's interesting because Rachel Maddow addressed it and she actually cried.
Yeah.
But she did say that she was going to stay on for the first 100 days.
Well, so that's interesting.
Normal. She said after presidency, and then she would continue with her Monday shows. But we shall see what we shall see.
I mean, come on. Listen, Megyn Kelly thought it was okay to do blackface, folks. So we could stop right there with the whole entire story.
That fucking toilet bowl of a person with that hard-ass fucking jawline. Girl, with your facial structure, short hair is not for you, Miss Girl. With your pasty-looking ass. You needed a ring light because you looked harsh as fuck. You worry about dark people, but you ain't worry about them dark circles under your eyes on that fucking camera. How you on national television looking like the ghost of Christmas future, Miss Girl? With your dumb ass. Go ahead. Sorry, I had to get
No, it's okay. You had to make it. Listen, you had to make your point. Listen, she learned nothing from that fire.
No.
Okay, and now she's maybe being supported for stuff like that, by all these crazy fools that are running things right now, So this is definitely a story to watch, I'm gonna miss Joy Reid, man. Like, she was the only reason why I watched that, aside from Rachel Maddow. That was it. Change the channel, and now
I stopped watching Morning Joe after they went down to Mar-a-Lago after he was elected. I was like, you spent the last 5 years talking shit about Trump, and then you went down
kiss
there
the
to
ring,
be nice.
and you go kiss the ring. Everybody's showing us their true colors, okay, and acknowledge it.
And you're bashing him again, but I'm sorry, I can't. You're a hypocrite. You know, what were they threatening? You come up with a reason that they threatened you that would give you justification for going down.
They were holding your kid hostage and said, you need to come here or I'm not going to let your kid go. That's the only way that I would say it's okay that you went to Mar-a-Lago to kiss the friggin' ring.
And the watering down of diversity in the media is a trend that is just becoming more and more apparent, and it comes from, you know, the White House.
Coño.
And it's really scary.
Francesca, if you look at TV broadcast news in the 60s, right, there were no brown people. There were no tanned people.
There were no women.
There were no women, okay? And we're going back to that fiasco that was that time.
Right. It was a huge deal, and Barbara Walters got paid the highest amount because she was the first woman to actually do the late evening news.
But mind you, she had got fired from other places that refused to take her as the main dog that she could be.
Right. She had to move around because she was a woman. Well, she, you know, well, I can say was because she unfortunately passed recently, but she's, you know, it's just frustrating. It's all frustrating.
Well, we will continue to follow this story, and that is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing queer news.